Life can be beautiful if you let it.
In the bowl.
Yo, what do you know? Welcome to the Bowl Podcast. Shout out to Hustle 5 Ways for hosting. I'm your host, Naz.
Oh man, live from Dubai.
And your Bowl Podcast is powered by your nation's own #1 mobile hookah provider, Sisha2U, where they not only do private events, but they do wholesale distribution and take your experience to that whole next level. What's happening? What's going on?
Man, what is going on, man? Yeah. So, what's up with you, man? I was that trip to Houston.
Man, Houston was live, man. Houston was pretty dope. You know, it's the thing was it didn't let me down. It owes me nothing, right? And you know, we caught up with the family, celebrated Easter. Obviously ended my Lent, so as soon as I got off the plane, me and the kinfolk just started celebrating, just enjoying life, just being here, celebrating the weekend. And no, it's been good, man. It was pretty live. Houston is a live city, though. Houston is one of them cities where I think it's been, me and my folks was talking about it. I've been going there, obviously since I've been born, going back home, but Houston, like recently, man, it's just blowing up. Like it's,
Yeah.
I mean, it competes with, it may be some of the top party places out there. Like it got a lot of shit out there, a lot of little subdivisions, a lot of little areas that you can go to. And not even just in Houston. I mean, things are just live. I think I hit up like 5 or 6 of my folks, and they was out in Houston. I mean, in Austin. You know what I'm saying? And you got my folks out there in Beaumont. You got the Orange, Texas side. So it was a good time, man. It was a real good time. What's up with you,
What's up,
though?
man? Well, I saw that you had turkey leg hut, and that is definitely on my list of spots to try out. Because one of the things I was reading a couple weeks ago is that, and I want to know if it's true. You may or may not know, but I saw that if you want to get a reservation at Turkey Leg Hut, sit there and and enjoy your turkey leg. You got to put down like $100 deposit, to reserve your seats and things of that nature. And I'm like, is the place that crazy where you got to put down a credit card just to sit down inside the Turkey Leg Hut? I mean, what is actually going on in the Turkey Leg Hut? Is it a club? Is it a lounge? Or you just walking in and getting your turkey leg, man?
No, I mean, it's a vibe, right? It's definitely a vibe. It's a solid spot, Before I even get in there, first let's do a toast. Let's do our toast because this is a good, I can talk about this for a day. Cheers to another one.
Cheers.
Good church,
Another
good
one.
times. But so one thing before I even just get on just Turkey Leg Hut, one thing I learned, I know since COVID, a lot of places obviously give you like that 2-hour time limit. And with that time limit, what they do is to make sure that they secure reservations and have their space fill up because, people are going back out. Like, I don't think anything's really stopped. Houston, their restaurants are their clubs, right?
Okay.
So what they do is, even when we tried to go to Turkey Leg Hut originally, we were going to try to sit down, but it is like a 2-hour wait, right? And when I tried to reserve it, it didn't even give me that $100 option. It said submit your request and we'll get back to you.
Wow.
Like it's a fucking lottery. You know what I'm saying? So
You
that's
got
kind of a
waitlisted.
turn on. Yeah, I got waitlisted just to give them, to give them my bread. So I was like, man, fuck that shit, man. And then, but what we did was we actually just picked up because I wanted to see what it was like, right, to see what was going on. And it is down there off Alameda, and I mean, it's that whole area. I mean, there's a couple little spots out there that are extremely live, and so that little area can get real congested. And when you go in there, it is a restaurant. It is a restaurant. There is not a DJ. They play music over the speakers, but it is not a club. It is a restaurant that has hookah. They got food, and I can see where you could spend time in there. But when you go there,
Okay.
you're going there usually with your group. You're not just going in there like you and your boy about to just go sit down. You're going in there with like 10, 15 people. So like their tables, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think you have any really two tops.
Wow.
You got, six or more, and that's exactly what it is. It's solid. And then, my big thing is I just wanted to see the food first. I wanted to see what it was talking about. So, I had to test it out and see if the turkey bone just fell out the leg. I was not disappointed.
That's it. Get it right.
It's not disappointed. I bought 5 of them things to take back to the crib, and we had a little feast. You know what I'm saying? One can feed 2 people. If you got kids, one can feed 3 people. It's
Yeah.
but yeah, it's definitely solid, and the price ain't really even that bad to be honest for the turkey leg. Like their price is actually solid. I think their price point's on point. I think that's the biggest turnoff about it is that weight and how they make you do reservations. But I will sit there and say that I will stamp it. Yeah, my stamp of approval. Turkey Leg Hut is a spot that you gotta go to. So hats
All
off
right.
to them. And whatever that recipe is, whatever that is, hats off to it. Obviously, it's funny because some of my folks know the owner of it, and I'm not going to really get into a story, about it. But it's a solid spot. It's a solid spot, and what they are doing, hats off. They got that whole little area locked down.
Okay.
They got the street locked down. They got cones on the corner, so you can't just park. You know, good stuff. Good stuff.
Nah, that's what's up, man. I saw the video. I will say the Flintstone S turkey leg, did look pretty legit, man. So I mean, if you're saying, it's worth the wait, worth the hassle, I'll definitely leave it on my list of things to try out, man. I was just turned off by the whole $100 deposit thing, and then when I heard you say that, yeah, you get waitlisted. I'm like, man, that's a
Yeah.
turkey leg, man.
So I'm gonna tell you my little cheat code. I'm all about So what I did was I felt like I had to do it to go find a little loophole. I ordered what I'm saying the food when I was 40 minutes out. What I'm saying? 'Cause I'm not about lines. I'm not about none of that. Like and the little daiquiris they got, they on point. You either get a Ciroc or you get a 1942
Okay.
daiquiri, and it was good. Kind of wish I got a couple more of them. They were solid, but yeah, you just grab that to go. I mean, that was my thing. I mean, if you do like to sit around and wait in line, you really want that vibe. I mean, by the time you wait, you're just trying to eat. You're really, really trying to mingle. You just like, man, give me my shit. I'm
Yeah,
trying to roll. But
exactly.
but it was good though. It was good. I think we played it right. We ordered to go. And it was even early in the afternoon, so it was solid. But Houston is a foodie city. Their
Yeah,
portions is
it definitely
crazy.
is.
You will eat. You will if you leave Houston hungry, you do not deserve to be there. Like some you are the problem. So Turkey Leg Hut, the other little food spots. I had to hit up my. That's why I say there's certain things that you got to hit up. And I know we ain't getting sponsored, nothing like that, but definitely hats off. And, these black-owned establishments. So, you got the Turkey Leg Hut. You got to hit the Breakfast Club, you know. And Yeah, it was solid. It was solid. They got so many other spots. They got Grace's. They just got a lot of places out there to where it's on point. Definitely on point.
That's what's up, man. I forgot to check them out because I think I've been to Houston. I think it's been like 10 years. Last time I was in Houston, I was there for a wedding, and I was a plus one at the wedding. So I kind of had a little freedom to move around. Really didn't have any activities to do. So I went out, found me a hookah spot. Went to the hookah
Mm,
spot. I'm headed back to the hotel to get dressed, man. And that's when I realized, how real Houston is, with the flooding because it's, such a flat place. Man, I'm on the highway in the back of a minivan and the highway flooded.
yeah.
So dude is driving through some standing water. I swear we about to stall out. I'm texting folks at the hotel like, hey, look, man, I'm stuck in a flood. I'll be there hopefully in about 10, 15 minutes, so I can pull a Clark Kent, throw on my suit and head to the venue. But I will say, all the food that I had down there, man, I was not disappointed. It was definitely, good meals and good eating. So they get that right down there.
I got my crawfish boudin. I got the boudin or the crawfish balls. I got what I want. I got my fix down there, and it's been a while. Since COVID, I haven't been down there in a minute. Last time I was out there, it was like 18 and or 2018, and yeah, man, I got my fixes, so I was straight, man. So I was telling the folks, man, got to make a couple more trips out there this year, and I'm looking forward to that. But
Okay.
yeah, man, it's just a foodie city, and man, hookah out there. If you go out there, hookah out there is out there. Like there's not a place you go to that's not have hookah.
Oh man.
Like that place out there, everywhere. Like I said, the restaurants are clubs. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the weight is. You ain't really, in there. There's a couple spots out there that you can go to that have like all three. You got the bar, you got a hookah spot, and you got the club. So there's definitely some spots out there. But hookah, you can find it. You can probably just find
Okay.
it on every corner. It's like McDonald's out there. So go out there and test them out. Go out there and test it out. That's where it is, man. And one thing I can say, you probably hear my voice, man. That weather, coming back to the DMV, man. It will throw you off. You know what I'm saying? Like even being down there and all that humidity, the pollen down there is crazy. They're coming back in DMV right now with the seasons changing. Pollen's crazy here. So if you hear my voice right now, I've been getting left and right punch.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of things that I miss about home, but pollen definitely is not in my top 25 list, man.
My car looked like probably one of them cars out there in the sandstorm when I got back. You know what I'm saying? Even in the garage, the thing just got dusty.
Man,
And
yeah,
it's putting a coat on there early too. So, and the weather just keeps going up and down, man. You can't, you know what I'm saying? We got this new variant and shit coming out. You don't know which way it's coming, man.
yeah, man. Typical DMV, man. I mean, you leave the house in the morning with a bubble jacket, you got on some shorts about midday. The evening, you got on a long sleeve T-shirt, man. Nothing's changed.
You see, I got the hoodie on. I had to. It was a beautiful day today. I got the hoodie on. I had to throw the hoodie and the Scully back on. I thought I was going to show the fresh body today, but nah, buddy. It got cold real quick out here. So, but yeah, that weather. But it was good though. Like out there, when you get off the plane, like that humidity is just so thick. And so coming back here, you can definitely tell like when you're just used to your climate.
Yeah,
So coming back here, it felt good, but again, like the pollen and all that other shit was just in the way. But Houston
I get
definitely
it.
owes me nothing, so I checked that off.
That's what's up, man. I typically give my Dubai weather forecast. Temperatures have calmed down some. We're back in the low to mid 90s. So that's cool. But next week is back to 100 degrees every day. So I'm I'm here for it. But I mean, the weekend was pretty chill. I had
Mm-hmm.
a yacht party on Friday. So that was pretty cool. Folks got together and got the yacht and we went out for a couple of hours and I had some food, had some beverages. I mean, it was a good time. Good time. Very, very scenic. It was the
That's what's
last time
up.
I was on a boat. It was for the reggae party. And reggae parties,
Mm-hmm.
reggae boat cruises are turned up. So this time,
Yeah,
kind of got to sit, chill, take it all in, and it was a good time, man. It was a good time. And then we been checking out these iftar meals and dinners. So in the evenings, it's like everybody has specials where you're getting like 5, 7 course meal. So that's been pretty cool because Ramadan in the UAE is almost like a month-long restaurant week. So it's like a
mm,
lot of spots you want to check out. They got deals with some of them have prefix menus or some have buffets and all you can eat. But it's definitely definitely a good time and a good experience, man. We're heading into wrapping up week 3 of Ramadan, so we got one more week to go. But city's cool, man. Everything's good out here. Everything is
that's
good.
what's up. That's what's up. That's definitely what's up. So what's up?
Well,
What you got? What you got agenda? Go ahead. What you about to say?
no, I was gonna say, man, but before we kick into the agenda, man, I just got word that the infamous DJ K Slay passed away, man. So R.I.P. to K Slay.
Definitely, that's what happened,
You
man. For
know,
sure.
the man was in the hospital, fighting the vid for 4 months. Finally lost that battle, and I know a lot of people have a lot of different opinions, about K Slay and the way he did things, and he kind of changed things up with mixtapes with having two artists who had beef, on the same mixtape, and going back and forth, and the man started straight stunting, you know, radio shows, had a record label, was managing folks, so he was definitely a big part of the culture, so the guy will be missed, so
For
R.I.P. to K
sure.
Slay.
For sure. For sure. For sure. Definitely an icon in the industry. Well, however you
Yes,
may have felt, but definitely an icon. And he definitely paved the way for a lot of folks. So gave folks opportunities. That's what's up.
exactly, exactly. And then I came across another interesting story, which I thought would be a great topic for us this week. So this ex-wife, took to the internet to ask the internet a question. And if you put something out for the internet is definitely going to respond and react. So she asked the internet, should she go to her ex-husband's funeral? Now, her ex-husband, they've been divorced for 40 years. So this, she had kids with him, got divorced. This guy got remarried, had a whole other family, and her kids asked her to come to the funeral, for support to help support her. But the new wife, the young lady who the husband left the ex-wife for, told the ex-wife, "You are banned. You cannot come to the funeral." And everybody kind of chimed in on how they felt about that. So I mean, I want to ask you, what is your opinion? Do you think that the new wife can ban the ex-wife from attending this man's homegoing ceremony? The man's passed away. He's gone, and she's saying, "Hey, you are not welcome here." What do you think about that?
I think it goes back to what I always said. So at some point, you got to be able to put stuff to the side, right? I think, what I'm saying, that the man has passed. He has kids with his ex-wife. I think there's a time and place for everything, and you need to put emotions to the side and realize, it's a homegoing celebration. And it's not about just the current wife or the ex-wife, but it's also for the kids. The kids need support because they had a relationship with their father or their mother, whatever, and even if it was another with the, there's a lot of with the families out here.
Yeah.
And, I think at the end of the day, when a couple is able to split and still look at the bigger picture, hats off to them, right?
Yeah.
And it shows a big sign of maturity. It shows, a sense of, this is, I'm in a place to where this is bigger than me. I'm not the show. I'm not what it's about. It's not about me. It's about people coming together and celebrating, this man or woman's life. And I think when you start getting petty like that and not letting people go, when you start having beef, it blows my mind when people start fighting at funerals.
Yeah.
You just be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just I don't get it, right? I think that it's sad that we can't, go to that higher level, and it'd be different if people out there, right before are cursing each other, fighting. But again, it still shows it needs to show a sign of maturity to put all that shit to the side and realize what you're
Yeah.
really there for. You're celebrating a man's life or a woman's life, and it's a homegoing celebration. They're going to paradise. Whatever that may be,
Yeah.
whatever you believe in. For those who don't believe that there's a paradise or there's an afterlife, whatever that may be, that's your own prerogative. But at the end of
Exactly.
the day, is you gotta put that petty shit to the side and just realize it ain't about you.
Nah, I agree. And funerals and weddings bring out the best and the worst in people. And the internet, they did not let anyone down. They came with their responses of some were kind of valid, some were like thought provoking, and some were just like just wild. Because others are saying that the ex-wife showing up, could cause a unnecessary uneasiness, for the new wife. Then others were like, okay, well, how was the relationship between the two? Some folks were like, well, look, it's been 40 years. I mean, if y'all got beef for 40 years, you need to just let that slide. And then somebody else was like, all right, well, the kids are 40 plus. They don't need support. They can support each other. They don't need her there, so they were all over it. But it's just wild that, someone would try to ban someone from their funeral. Now, on the flip side of that, there were people responding like, hey, in my will or in my documentation to my family of, what I want, when I die, I have certain people I don't want to be invited. I'm like, man,
That's
that's
what it goes.
serious right
But
there.
that's what it goes to, right? You gotta know who you laying with. You gotta know, you can't just be out here laying around with anybody. You can't just be having kids with anybody. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be saying I love you just to get in them draws. You can't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. I mean, I guess you do that when you're young. You know what I'm saying? You tell people what they want to hear, but when it comes down and and you make vows and people go separate ways. That shit happens, right?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
part of life. It's part of life. It is what it is, and it's okay if you go your separate way. But at one point in your life, the two individuals who did say I do in their sober state of mind made a conscious decision to get married. So there was something there. There was something that enticed that union or something that just made it like, all right, you know what, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah,
And, and I think there is, there is a difference between being in love and still loving that person. I think you can love someone from a distance. You
yeah,
know, I think that you can love someone, just because say if it was a high school sweetheart, right? And you just had that friendship. So you genuinely just, had love for her. It may not just go away. You may be mad, but that's your emotion, right? And emotions come and go. But if you sit back and think about it, you're like, damn, I had some good times. We had some good times, this, that, and the third. And I
Yeah,
still love that person. I'm not in love with them. I'm in love with my wife. I'm in love, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, your partner, your husband, whatever it is, you can still be in love with your current situation, but still have love for go to your past. Like you don't want to see someone. I mean, for me, not you
yeah,
or
yeah.
you out there, just in general, I'm saying that as a human, you should hope that, the people that you surround yourself don't like to see harm or ill will on someone else. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, just fucking humane, man. Just chill the fuck out and get along, man.
Nah, it's wild, man. It's wild, and one of the wildest things that I saw, man. So we're in the mall, right? And I know that in the States, it's a lot of confusion, about mask mandates because I saw they were like, hey, all right, on planes you don't need masks anymore, but we recommend them, and in certain states
Mm.
still have mask mandates. But I mean, here in Dubai, if you're indoors, you still have to wear a mask. And I think the thing that I've seen thus far is I saw two women who were having a conversation, and one lady couldn't hear what the other lady was saying. So the lady who couldn't hear what the other lady was saying, because I mean, granted, that when you're wearing a mask, depending upon the fit of your mask, it can make talking at length, quite difficult, and make it a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But the wildest thing I saw was the lady who was trying to hear what the other lady was saying pulled down her mask in the lady's face to hear her talking. And I'm like, what was the point of pulling down your mask? Your mask isn't covering your ears. She literally pulled it down to her chin, was like, you want to do what? This is what's going on?
it's like when someone starts whispering, you automatically start whispering. You be like, "What are you whispering for?" You know what I'm saying? You be like, I don't know. People just do some wild. People are just fucking weird. But yeah, no, I mean that is wild. Like you say, that mandate is it does get shit muffled. You know what I'm saying? There's been times even if I got my earpieces in or whatever, just talking on the phone, I got a mask on. I got to pull the mask down and kind of talk or whatever. And it does make it difficult to have lengthy conversations. Like you
It
don't,
does. It does.
you
It
know.
does.
So
So that's something new, man. If you can't hear what somebody is saying, you get in your face and you pull your mask down, man. Maybe she knows something we don't know.
maybe there's a correlation in the mouth and the earlobes or some shit. I don't know. But again, people
Exactly.
got some weird ideologies on that.
Exactly. Then some other news, man. Going back to the culture and to the hip hop scene, man. I saw that, you know, Kid Cudi, I guess he's done working with Kanye after this last project. The man's like, yeah, we'll never be friends again. So
Mm,
we don't know what that beef or that situation entails. I feel like every week there's something that could be said about Kanye, and I know me personally, I've tried to just to avoid the topic as of lately. Especially when it comes like the family stuff, because I'm like,
mm,
that's the man's business. Let that slide. But another thing I saw was that ASAP Rocky, who of course is expecting a baby with Rihanna, was just arrested, for an alleged, shooting. I heard that, they were in his house and, took some stuff, so we don't know what's going on there, but, hopefully, situation, works out for the man. He's out and about. I'm not sure exactly, when the baby is due, but, hopefully, whatever this alleged situation is, doesn't deter him, from seeing the birth of his child, because that's a big moment, and that's not something you want to miss, and especially if
guys.
someone is found innocent of whatever they're being alleged to have done. If you miss that behind some nonsense and some foolishness, man,
Yeah.
you'll never let that one down, man.
Real fast, so that happened once, right? That only happens once, right? But real quick, even going back when you're saying with the whole Kid Cudi and Kanye thing, right? I know what, last week or a couple weeks ago they was talking about how it's been a long time beef, right? And just looking up some more
Yeah,
on it, 50 and Young Buck. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
Young Buck going bankrupt. You know what I'm saying? Because 50's just putting his music on the shelf, and you don't know all the backstory and what's there behind the closed doors or whatever. But like I said, man, it's sad that and there's sometimes you do level up at different times. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that could be said and you can't get over, but it's fucked up when you portray this image of like, you're super tight, super cool. And then all of a sudden, and what they say, if you got beef after, y'all been cool, at some point, maybe that individual never really fucked with you like that in the first place. It could have been an
yeah. That's true.
opportunity that you could make off of that person or whatever it is. And I ain't here to judge, but it does get to that point to where, it's sad that you have to get to that level where you gotta say, I can't ever be cool with that person, but it's life. It's like marriage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All good shit comes to an end. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Shit happens. Shit happens out here.
This is true because 50 has had his foot on this man's neck for a good minute.
No, I didn't even
A
know they were
good.
still talking about that shit. They're talking about he had to go bankrupt just for him to be able to make music type of shit, right? And they have to go to that level. That has to hurt. Man's just trying to feed his family out here. And, we should all want to see people thrive and do their thing.
Yeah, man, and not to make light of the situation, but it was a little comical, when the rumors started coming out. And I say rumors because we don't know if it's factual, but they were like, as a part of the bankruptcy, the man may have to turn over his gold teeth.
That was the funniest shit I read. I was like, damn.
And I'm
That's
like,
that's
that's
some
wild.
shit.
Because now you got to spend money to go to the dentist and, have your teeth taken out there, get your teeth over to the courts, man. And I mean, gold teeth, I mean, it is I don't want to call it an asset or a liability, but it does have a dollar value associated with it, because now I don't think you're just going to turn in your teeth and, they're going to swap them out and put them on the market and let somebody, go buy them and pick them up like, yeah, man, I got Young Buck's teeth or something like that. But, I know with gold is different. They heat it up, melt it down, turn to something else. It's worth X amount per ounce and things of that nature. But to repossess the man's gold teeth that he's had for at least 20 plus years is just wild to me, man. It's not like coming by picking up a car,
Yeah, it's rough out
taking
here.
someone's house. You taking a man's teeth.
You taking a man's teeth. Yeah, man, it gets real nasty out here. And that's what happens, man. People are mad and scorn, man. People getting their emotions and their feelings, and they go for the jugular, So it gets rough.
Yeah, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. But 50 still stands as the man in the industry who is the reigning king of pettiness and someone who you don't want to cross because this dude has time for it. He has time to sit here and just pick you apart, man. So that's not the guy you want to beef with.
Yeah, I mean, he just 6 pounds on you and be like, deal with him, and he'll just tie you up in court, and just see whose money's longer type of situation, and just try to
Yeah,
humiliate you out there. But again, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I fuck with 50. He's funny as shit. But he's somebody, if you go to battle with him, like they say, just suit up and make sure you're ready for it.
yeah. 'Cause it's gonna be a long fight. It's definitely not gonna be anything quick, man.
You're
It's
not running
crazy.
shy from it, I know
Nah,
that.
not at all, man. Hey, he runs right to it, But another thing I saw, Maybach. I'm a huge Maybach fan. Even going back to when I bought my first Benz, they had a Maybach on the showroom floor, and I'm not going to lie. I kind of bunned out, kind of fanned out a little bit. It was on the floor, and while they were doing the paperwork, I was like, hey, can I go sit in there and check it out? And it was It was me and Fat Man at the dealership. So we're sitting in the back of the car, pushing buttons, taking pictures, being groupies. So I've definitely been a fan of the Maybach for like 15 years. But I saw the Maybach minivan slash Sprinter slash
Mm,
mom van.
yeah,
I saw one of those, and I'm not gonna lie, man. From the outside, it just looks like an extended mom van, but
yeah.
inside, that thing is sick.
That shit's clean. That shit is
Yeah.
super clean. It takes the mom van to a whole nother level.
Yes. Yes. Because I'm not gonna lie, I've always wanted, some sort of a conversion van,
Mm.
just because, I mean, back in the day, you had the TVs in there, you had the fridges, you had everything, you had space to actually move around, so before Tall Man leaves this earth, man, I will have some sort of a Sprinter or a van, as a part of my fleet. And even though I love to drive, that's definitely something where you guys sit in the back, man, so you can enjoy it. Because
Fact, you ain't just driving around, but like I fuck with conversion vans. Like you said, I've always wanted a conversion van. Just put TVs back there, sit back, got the little, that's the introduction to the captain seats. You know what I'm saying? And you could just sit back
yeah,
there. Shit, you can take them out, put a bed back there, put a couch back there. Like the shit people put in the conversion vans, especially when they souped up. I mean, Scooby Doo vans is where it's at, man. You can get creative with them joints.
exactly, exactly. So that is wild. So that's the wildest car that I've seen, in the last 2 weeks or so. Because with the Rolls Royces and the Bentleys, man, I see those like we see bubble, Vicks back home, man. It's like every block
Yes.
you turn down, you see one. So it's like, all right, that's cool. But that Maybach Sprinter slash mom van, definitely legit. Definitely legit.
Yeah, man, they like classics now, man. Even if they came out in '96, they classics now. They damn near what, 18, 19 years old, 20 something
Yeah,
years old. You know what I'm saying? 20
yeah,
something, yeah, 20 something years old. So that's where it's at. That's where it's at. 20 something years old. So
it's wild,
they
man. So
classics. They classics.
before we get out of here, man. So what you got lined up for the weekend? What's going on?
Nah, man, it's a big week, man. Little one turns one.
Okay.
So we just celebrating the first year. Folks not choking each other. You know, celebrating little feet kicking you in the face when you trying to sleep, take a nap. Just celebrating life, man. So it's a good time, and life is good, man. Life is good. So it's gonna be a fun weekend. She's gonna be surrounded by love from
Yeah,
family and friends, and keeping it tight. So it should be a good time. Interested to see. It's crazy too, man. We bring them out. Think about it. This little girl's turning one. I've been
exactly.
to a couple. I've been to a couple 1 year old parties recently, right?
Yeah,
And they range from maybe 10, 15 people, and some of them be full out festivals. And you just think to yourself, you're like, what is this little person about to remember? Is the party really for them or for the adults?
exactly.
So it's gonna be
Yeah,
a good time though, man. And hopefully we take the pictures for her to remember, and she can just look back and say, she felt the love, from birth. So that's essentially where that's
exactly.
at.
I like it, man. And I'm not gonna be able to make my flight back for the party, and I won't be able to give my 6'4" self in the moon bounce.
There
But
you go.
I will send over a Zelle to get her something nice, man. So we'll make sure she's taken care of.
I appreciate. That's the thing. It's funny. So people be asking, like, so what should we get? What should we get? Man, we in that time right now, man. We getting nothing but stocks, right? And I
Yeah,
posted this picture the other day. She had some kicks on or whatever. And they're like, someone was like, yeah, you should. Why don't you buy stocks instead of kicks?
yeah.
Two things. First, stop watching my pocket. That's one.
Mm.
Two. Two, the kick she got on, she got stock in already. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And so it's like, and now it's like that big thing, just talking about education and whether, for me, I went to Hampton, the real HU. What up? You
The
know,
Morgan State. Okay. All
and so,
right.
I believe in education? Yes. Do I believe in educating yourself? Definitely. So, big thing right now is we just tell folks, just contribute to her 529 plan and figure out what she wants to do. You know what I'm saying? Because,
I like it.
other than that, that's it. I mean, she don't need nothing. I mean, her parents give her everything she needs. She's loved. Shit, she got everything and anything she wants at this moment. It will continue, and get
Yeah.
showered with that love. So right now we
Exactly.
just focusing on the future and just keep on, filling her with that, knowing she got a village out there looking out for her. So that's where we at with that.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So like I said, that Zell is forthcoming, soon come. I got you.
And that's cool. That's cool. And actually, the funny thing is, you actually got a little care package coming out your way. So, you got something coming out there from folks from Risk Takers that actually is in the mail. The stamp is
Okay.
on the package, so it's on its way out there. And yeah, look forward to that. I don't know how long it takes to get through customs and all that shit, but when it get out there, it'll be out there though. So they hit me up and say you're gonna take care of the guy.
Hey, I appreciate that. Please extend my thanks to them, man, because I'll definitely be looking out for that package, man. You get a package over here, man. It's like Christmas.
Yeah.
It's like, because things get mailed and you forget all about it, and it shows up and you're just surprised, man. It feels like I'm 5 years old again getting packages, man.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Everyone likes to get a gift every now and then, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yes. But on this
Man,
side,
what
man,
you
not too
got?
much going on this weekend. The second vehicle just got here. Just cleared customs, waiting to get it registered and tagged. I thought I would have it by the weekend, but it was a slight delay on the boat. Getting over here, but it is here. I drove it yesterday. She's getting acclimated to the weather out here. I got inside. I think it took at least a good 5 minutes before I started feeling the cool air inside there. I had to roll the windows down. Driving in the garage, but that truck is here and it's right on time because actually going out to the desert next week. So
There you go.
that's definitely the off roader that I want to have out there. So going to try to do a little preliminary run, out to the desert this weekend just to kind of scope out some spots and things like that. So that way, next week, can hit the button, put that thing in sand mode, and go out there do some donuts, man.
There you go. There you go. That should be dope, man. Well, definitely, you gotta let the folks know what it was like and
Yeah,
what it's talking about.
yeah, definitely gonna grab some pics, so that way we can put it up on the pod and put it up on the page, man. First hookah experience out in the desert.
Nice,
So
nice.
that should be cool, man. But other than that, not too much, man. Just of course, getting more settled, each week, getting more
Yeah,
acclimated, becoming, more of a local. I paid my traffic ticket, from last week. I got a little bit more intel
yeah.
about these cameras out here and how they really promote safe driving, even though driving out here is just wild. But it's all good, man. So next week I'll have some desert updates.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You gotta let us know what it's talking about.
Will do it. Well, hey, before we get out of here, once again, shout out to Shisha to you. Don't forget you can follow them on IG. And don't forget you can follow us on Twitter at In the Bowl Pod. Leave us your comments, your feedback, anything that we talked about today. If you have your opinions on it, definitely share them. We'll get back to you. We love to engage. Again, we're two highly opinionated individuals who don't shy away from listening to the opinions of others. So if you have a flavor, a blend, or a brand you want us to try out, definitely, hit us up and we'll do that. And, we'll tell you all about it. We'll tell you the good, the bad, and the truth about that blend and, what we think about it. And last but not least, don't forget to clean out your hookahs after every use. Make sure that thing is ready, for the next session. The last thing you want to do is, have somebody come over and, you didn't clean it. Now it's ghosting. So your flavor profiles are off and people are looking at you crazy, so make sure you take care of that. Until next week, we'll chop it up again soon.
There you go. Like always, click, like, and subscribe.
Hustle 5 Ways Radio.